Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back on the world for, well, what I was gonna do, it was gonna be like last episode where, the beginning of this is gonna be the same. We've got more biofossil because we still need to get the Crested Uranus, and we still don't have it, so... Actually, maybe I'm more likely to get it if I just throw it all in one stack. You know what? We'll try that out. We'll see if this gets me any better results. I don't think it will, but to be honest, I'm kind of just, you know, hoping for anything at this point to get me that DNA I want. Anyway, today's episode was going to be like the last two episodes where we were just going to go in, immediately hatch a creature, and that was going to be that. But I've decided that's not what we're doing today, actually, because, well, one, that's what we've done the last two episodes, and two, I haven't actually worked too much on exhibits since last episode, mostly because, well, you know, well, actually, you wouldn't know. I just kind of didn't. I worked on other projects instead, which we're going to go over today. And then we'll work on building an exhibit on camera because why not? You know, let's just build something on camera for once. Well, no, what do I mean for once? We built that entire building there. Oh, that reminds me. I also have an entire new thing to show off to you guys. Now, I've been debating whether or not to show it off because it won't even happen for episodes and episodes, but it looks cool, so we'll do it. Anyway, so... most of these updates I'm going to go over may not seem, I guess, monumentally large. They're kind of minor updates, but I think they've made the park look a bit cooler. One, on this exhibit, I believe the Triceratops one, I tried to throw some more shrubs in. And I think it is actually making it look a bit cooler to have those in. Obviously, it'll look a bit nicer once I've got more trees going along here and actually bump up the plant life. If we head up here, one, you can see I actually finished the staircase. We've got paths in. I've started to put some more trees in to make it look a bit nicer. We'll go over there in a second, but you can already kind of see some of the stuff. We've got more supplies over here. Here are the Brachiosaurs. They've gotten a bit bigger, so I think we have one female and two males. That's cool. They've gotten quite a lot bigger. I wish I could see how old they were, but obviously I can't. I'm very much considering going in and terraforming a bit and lowering that cliff down there a bit, because I don't like how high the fence goes, because it doesn't feel like it needs to go that high. So I might be working on that. Oh, also, this, I decided I was going to put this in the centerpiece, as the centerpiece thing for now. I'm not sure if this is going to be the thing I keep as the centerpiece of this little rotunda thing. Maybe it will. I think it looks pretty cool to have a big old Brachiosaur skeleton there, and it kind of fits with what I was saying I wanted to do, which was put some dinosaur skeletons around the park. I might take it out. Maybe we'll put some trees in there, or we'll put, you know, a fountain or something, but I like it for now. I think it looks pretty good. This exhibit, which I'm pretty much set with making this the Gallimimus Exhibit. I think it's gonna look super cool as a Gallimimus Exhibit. Fences are gonna run along the back there. Maybe we'll put like a shelter there. And yeah, it won't be too much work, I think, to finish it up. But we're not actually gonna work on that one this episode. This is the Ankylosaurus. The only difference is I put some Paleoraphe trees in, and I'm actually really happy with that, because, I don't know, I think it makes it look pretty cool. I'm actually pretty happy with that. We got our little Ankylosaurs down there. Where's the other one gone? Oh, no, they're both over there. That's why. Okay. Well, that was rather inconvenient. Oh, that's another thing. I filled the river back in. And some of you might be like, wait, why did you fill the river back in? Sorry, I had to cut there real quick. Someone barged in to basically attack me. Not really, but that's the basic idea. Anyway, you guys might be like, why did you refill in the river? Because I figured out I could get a way to make it work without having to create a source of the river that was like below ground there or something like that. Basically using some coal blocks to make the thing look darker. I basically just built what you could say is like the beginning of like a underground canal or something. So we have the water flowing from that into the main river basin, into another stone pipe thing that then heads over here. And that reminds me, the next thing I finished working on to some degree, I actually kind of finished the thing. I got the rock wall coming all the way along here. It's actually completely done now. So that's pretty good. And yeah, as you can see, the thing runs under there, and then it comes out a second pipe here, and that will continue down all the way down to the lake there. So yeah, that's that. I need to finish the Triceratops fencing, or not fencing, pathway, I've realized. Oh, this is some of the shrubs I've put here. We also need to put the viewing vent in. I'll have to get around to that. So I'm pretty happy with the river. I think when I get more trees in, throw some more bushes in and stuff, it'll look a lot cooler. But for now, I'm pretty happy with that. If we run down here, I think I'm actually missing a bit of grass up on top of this. So I mean, it's not quite done. But, oh, also, I made this symmetrical now, so I'm kind of happy with it. So that's nice. What else have I done? I didn't name the Brachiosaurus. We'll do that next episode. Let's see, what else did I do? Finished more rock wall. Brought the pathway all the way down here. We'll get to that in a second. I brought the pathway all the way back up. This staircase here that we have. And I have brought it over here. And there's someone who's very loudly playing a piano. I don't know if you guys can hear that. They're very annoying. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, about this. So this whole area. The Ceratosaurs are good. I'm not moving the Ceratosaurs. I'm gonna change up a bit of the shape of the exhibit because obviously I've got to like get it to the new path style. I think we are actually gonna keep the curve to some degree, although I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it in all honesty. But I'm pretty happy with the Stegosaurus exhibit. If anything's gonna happen, it's just gonna get a bit larger because I'm gonna knock that fence back a bit, make an actual fence there, make the exhibit look a bit bigger. So that'll be good. I did have to get rid of 2 trees, so I'll have to replant those, but that's fine. The other thing I had to redo was this Pachycephalosaurus exhibit. Oh no. I didn't put her there, but she keeps like facing into the block, and that's very annoying. Also, I could definitely not, they don't need to be sitting anymore because I finished their stuff, but whatever. We'll do that later. That's another thing about the Pachycephalosaurs. I'm not really sure what to do with this exhibit anymore. Because it doesn't really feel like there's enough space for it, in all honesty. Like, I think I kind of just need to... Okay, well, here's what I'm thinking, guys. Either we have like a couple of options of what to do here. One, we completely tear out the exhibit and like rebuild a new Pachycephalosaurus exhibit in here, keep the Pachycephalosaurs here. Option 2, we take the Pachycephalosaurs out, we make this just scenery, we move the Pachycephalosaurs somewhere else. Option 3, we take the Pachycephalosaurs out, we rebuild this into a new, far smaller exhibit, we put something in here like, say, Dodos, or, I don't know, an animal we're only gonna put like one of in, so we don't need a ton of space. Because, to be honest, this exhibit's starting to stress me out a bit. Because I don't like that the fence is right on the pathway, because that's not what I really want to do anymore. But if I move it in, it's just going to be too small, and I don't really know how to get the fence to work properly with the pathway, with it being right there. So right now with the Pachycephalosaurs, I'm not sure what to do. The third, actually, I guess I did have a fourth idea. The fourth idea is we actually just extend the Ceratosaurus exhibit down here. So yeah, basically, I guess the sum of all the things I've just suggested is we're probably moving the Pachycephalosaurus somewhere else, just because, to be honest, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with them at the moment. There's a decent amount of lighting here. These things have actually done a really good job with keeping mob spawns down, which I'm pretty happy about. We're gonna go sleep, and then we'll go talk about the elephant in the room, which is probably what we're gonna go work on today. Actually, we'll sleep, and then we'll go check the lab. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't thoroughly thought out what I'm doing in this episode, in all honesty, but you know what? Whatever. Now we'll go check the what I want to show you guys first, and then I'll go check the lab. Even though technically it's easier to go see the lab right now, but whatever. So yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with this, because I love the scenery for this thing. I think it does look cool. I just don't know what I can do with it. Because if I shrink it anymore, it's not really going to be a good size for the Pachycephalosaurs, so I don't want to keep them here. Also, are we missing one? Because there's two there. One. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, that scared me for a second. But yeah, I don't think it's big enough anymore, and I don't really want to have that hill area anymore because, like I said, they would try and jump off, and then they wouldn't come down from it, so it's like, I don't know, I don't really want to keep them up there, and this isn't going to be enough space, but, and we'll go over this in a minute after we check out that, I think I might even know where I would move them to. But anyway, after all that, as you can see, one, rock face again is done. This is also involved in another change of plans, but like I said, this is, I think last episode, this is where I think I'm putting the Dinosaurs. And I think this is pretty much what the exhibit's gonna look like. Obviously, there are gonna be more plants and stuff, and some other like terrain changes, but for the most part, this is about how big it's gonna be. And I've been debating how many are going to go in here, and I think the answer is, like the Ankylosaurs, 2. I think we're going to put 2 in here, maybe 3. Although, in all honesty, I do think it would look pretty cool with just 1. I think even 1 Triceratops. Therizinosaurus would look super cool in here. Yeah, actually, we could just do 1. That might work. Speaking of Triceratops, I think we might remove some of them. But that actually makes me remember that we actually have a Site B place that we set up a while ago. Or I set up a while ago. I say set up, basically I just kind of found it and I can light it up and then we can put dinosaurs over there that we don't want to keep in the park. So yeah, but this is for sure going to be a Therizinosaurus exhibit. You guys will remember when I was talking about building this thing, I was gonna say like, oh, we're gonna put like a cave in and stuff. No, the cave idea really didn't work. I tried some designs for it. I don't know, wasn't working super well, so we're not gonna do that. So instead of adding a cave to add more depth to the exhibit, I basically just decided to extend it over here and do what I said I was originally gonna do with this area, which was extend the exhibit over the river. Now you guys might be like, oh wow, this is pretty close to the Triceratops exhibit. Yes, and I'm gonna put tons of trees here. Basically, I don't really want you to be able to see the Therizinosaurs from this angle, just cause, I don't know, I prefer, I don't know. In my head, I kind of have this whole Therizinosaurus exhibit am I on peaceful? No, am I normal? I guess I'm not exercising enough to eat? I don't know. Anyway, I kind of want to make this like a super secretive exhibit because you guys will notice like there's not a lot. I mean, I'm going to switch this out for like actual barriers and stuff once I need to. But there's not a lot of the exhibit that actually is near the pathway. I mean, we have this one side here, and then about half this side here, but then all of this half of the exhibit pretty much isn't going to have a super great sight line from the walkway. And I don't know why I want to do that, but I really do, because I think it'll look cool with the Therizinosaur. Also, I'm thinking we might put another big rock structure up here, because that could look cool. I'm pretty happy, though, with this little Compsognathus rock. I think it does look pretty interesting. Yeah, maybe we'll even extend it out a bit, make like a giant stone arch here or something. I'm going to keep coming up with ideas, and then that's going to lead to problems. Anyway. Before we go over to where I'm thinking about the Pachycephalosaurs, you can see the river plan's still basically the same. It's going to flow down here and then go into a bit of a delta at the lake. I've come to a bit of an impasse where I don't know what I want to do with the pathway here. Because, like we keep saying, the whole, Parasaurolophus and such, all the creatures that want by river or a swamp, they're all going over this way. And I'm not sure really how I want to do all the exhibits for that, if I'm going to bring this. Well, yeah, no, I'm definitely bringing the walkway down at some point. I just don't know when. Because it might be interesting if I make a bridge going that way at this height that then meets up with the ground at the same height, which could work well. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out later when I get over to planning that section of the park, but we're not there yet, so we're not going to worry about it. Anyway, so Therizinosaurus will probably be what we get in next episode, just because that's... I've basically got the exhibit done. We just need to put the fence up and it'll be ready. Anyway, like I said, I've been trying to figure out where I'm going to move the Pachycephalosaurs if I do move them. And I've realized this area works perfectly. Like, just right in here. The river actually kind of works as a natural border, but... Okay, so I was noticing when I was building up some of this terrain here. What's my key? Z? This whole area is bigger than most exhibits in the park. So, although, yeah, it'd be cool and I think somewhat interesting to just make it all scenery, I think it's way too much space to be just left to scenery, so I think one exhibit could work well. And I think I know exactly where it would be. It would go right in this section here. And I was originally thinking Dryosaurus because, well, Dryosaurs are pretty small, but if we want to move the Pachy's because their exhibit's too small, this little area would work perfectly. They don't even need to necessarily connect up to the river, and I don't think I would connect them to the river because I feel like that might go badly. But it would kind of fill this nice little, this problem the walkway currently has, or the path system, where when you're coming over from the laboratory and the storage room, you walk down here, and on your left you've got the Stegosaurs, and then you have the walkway that heads out to the other exhibits. But then the only other exhibits are either all the way down there. We're ignoring the compies for now; they don't count because you can't see them from the pathway. For path exhibits, the only other ones are all the way down there, and all the way down there, and all the way down there. So there's nothing like right here to, I guess, draw your attention to. So I think this actually would work pretty well for the Pachycephalosaurs, and it'd give them a lot more space, and we can make a pretty nice exhibit here, I think. Maybe I can redirect the river a bit, bring the curve this way instead of that way, so that way it kind of rolls into the river, into the Pachy area a bit more, and not as close to the path curve as it is currently. Anyway, let's go check the laboratory real quick. I want to see what we got DNA-wise. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of those ideas. Oh, also, I forgot I gotta show you guys the test build I was working on. I say was. I have had quite a week. Last week was pretty busy for me. I had to do a lot of stuff, went through some stuff. So that's why there's not been an episode in a little while. I've just been super busy. And oh gosh, I just realized. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just check this. Please, Crassigyrinus. 2 Crassigyrinus, 2 Diplocaulus. Yes. Finally, yes. That's amazing. Oh, you guys have no idea. No idea, like, oh, it's so nice. How did you get out? You were tethered over there. I didn't let you out. I'm not sure how this cow got out. Okay, you know what? New naming thing. If anyone wants to name the cow, feel free to. If it's escaped, so I guess it deserves a name. But yes, Crassigyrinus, finally. It's been such a pain. Such a pain. Wow, we have a ton of dinosaurs. Let me see, how many we have tons of Therizinosaurs. Also, now looking at the Brachiosaurs, I know they're not fully grown. Oh, I did put alligator gar or sturgeon in here. I forgot about that. Oh, those were the ones I caught. I don't even know if I put those in on camera. Let me check this area. Oh, I only have one. Huh, that's cool. Oh, we have this, don't we? I forgot this existed. We could put like a Dodo in there. You know what? Do I actually have any Dodo eggs like cultivated? I don't know why I'm doing this, guys. Here you go. Animal for the episode, because my friends were making fun of me that I did like 3 episodes like this, basically. But there we go. We have a little Dodo. You're eating my decorations. I do not appreciate that. Here, you have a flower now. Okay, we have a little Dodo. Sure. You guys can name the little Dodo. The Dodo will live in the lab, and I don't know, maybe it will enjoy it. Oh, sunset. What was I saying? Something about something about something about something. Yeah, we've got plenty of dinosaurs. Oh, Brachiosaurus. I've been thinking maybe we can put an extra, maybe 1 or 2 Brachiosaurs in there. I think that could work quite well. Also, as much as I dislike to say it, I've come to 2 realizations that some of you have been asking for a very long time, and that I might just, you know, end up having to do. One of those is mixed exhibits. And no, not this exhibit. This one is perfect. Excuse me, I got the hiccups there. I love this exhibit. The Stegosaurus exhibit is, I don't know. It's not even the most like detailed exhibit I've ever made, but I love this thing now. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like, it's the perfect size. It's got the perfect amount of dinosaurs, the perfect type of dinosaur, and the perfect type of decoration. I don't know. I'm just really happy with how it looks. Except for maybe the compies. The compies are slightly better with that. This one's also pretty good. Its problem, I'd say, is just more that there's too many dinosaurs, and that the Triceratops isn't colorful enough. Perfect amount of dinosaurs for this exhibit. Pretty good decoration for the exhibit. Need to throw a bit more in. Brachiosaurs, not enough dinosaurs, I think, and no decorations yet. Yeah, I think we can definitely throw at least 1 more in here. But, oh, and maybe this is more just because either, I guess, JWE and previous Dino Worlds I've done. But every Brachiosaurus exhibit I think I ever do in any game, and in Minecraft in general, usually I throw Stegos in here, and I throw Dryos in here, Gallimimus or something. Just because, well, I think it makes the exhibits look a bit more interesting. You know what? Maybe we can do that with Compies and Dryos, actually. That could actually work with both of those. Because Compies are super small, so they don't really take up much space. Maybe not Compsognathus, but Dryosaurus could definitely work. Maybe throw some Dryosaurs in here and 1 Stegosaurus or something. We'll see what I end up doing in the end. Of course, though, it may also look better once I actually start decorating that exhibit. Throw the Gallimimus in here, finish doing all the plants in this area. I think it might look a bit better. And some terraforming in the Brachiosaurus exhibit. Anyway, that's a very long tangent that doesn't have much to do with what I'm doing right now. Anyway, so next episode we're probably going to work on this, and yeah. Oh, that reminds me, I need to go show the other thing. So I'll be back in just a second to show you guys what I've been working on. Alright guys, so we're back, and I was going to say like, oh, big surprise, but you can kind of see it on the minimap, I guess. Here is what I've been working on. So you guys will remember, I think last episode I mentioned this, I really want to do the aquarium. We're not doing the aquarium yet, because I want to finish... Okay, so what is it? If I just describe each area I've built so far in zones, we have the work zone, which is like the lab and the storage room and all the farms I'm going to build over there. Then we have the central park, which is what we're working on currently. The next project we're going to work on, which is the river delta zone, so it's Spinosaurs and stuff. And then maybe we'll go work on the aquarium. But that hasn't stopped me from going and test building the aquarium. And there we go. Because I don't want it to rain. I have started throwing together ideas because I've realized the aquarium is going to be absolutely mahoosive. Because, I mean, the lab's not a giant building, but for what I usually build in this game, especially in Dino's Worlds, in terms of structures, this is pretty big. This building is going to put both the previous aquarium I built, my Season 4 aviary, my Season 5, I don't know, Chinini Falls area maybe. No, not Chinini Falls. I think Chinini Falls will top this, but that's just because Chinini Falls was amazing, and I've definitely got to replicate that at some point. This is my prototype for the aquarium, and this isn't even like the important stuff. This is the main hall. I haven't even figured out what I'm doing for the roof yet, but suffice to say, this is probably going to be the ceiling height for most of it. And then I'm going to build an even bigger like ceiling over this thing, and I'm gonna definitely have to bump the front facade up a few blocks and this up a few blocks. At any rate, this building is going to be absolutely massive. So we've got a couple of, you can see I've got kind of like an ovular design going on up here. And no, none of these designs are final. These are just things I'm working with, and you guys can give me feedback as to what you think. So the main idea is you'll come in through the front door and you'll immediately see this. A coelacanth tank. There's not supposed to be a nautilus in here. I thought I got rid of all of them, but so this, oops, did not mean to do that. The coelacanth tank will be right up front and center. And then if we look over here, we have things like our nautilus. So this is kind of like the living fossil section, you might say. So if I do put any prehistoric creatures in here, not many. So we've got alligator gar, coelacanth, nautilus, a little section for fossils. We have our sturgeon, and I think this is the only prehistoric creature I put in this section, and they're so loud. And this is the Megalograptus area. Now they seem to be bugged out because they seem to want to get on top of the water, so maybe they need a shallower exhibit. I don't know. Again, all these exhibits were kind of built off the exact, or tanks were built off the exact same design, just because I kind of wanted to get a solid idea of what the entry hall is going to look like. But you can kind of see what I'm going for here. We've got like these like fossil sections up on top. We got these big pillars. This one is going to be fossils, I think, even on the actual model. I don't know if it'll be this one, that one, or the one over there that'll be the fossil one, but one of these will be fossils, just because I'm only going to have 2 wings necessarily. Or maybe that one could be a 3rd wing. I can't do a 3rd wing right now just because, well, that cuts into the laboratory, and I want to keep that lab test build up just in case I ever need it again. But if we fly around here, you can see we have 2 massive like halls going off here. Now each of these is going to lead to a different area. This one, for what I'm thinking of test build wise, will lead off into a swamp zone. So it'll probably be another like large square section over here. And even though this is the aquarium, I have considered attaching the Meganura house onto this. But let's say like we've got 3 tanks in here. So we got Diplocalus, Crassigyrinus, Tiktaalik, and that'll, I guess our Carboniferous zone will be over there. And then say we come off over here, and then over here you'd say have, well, actually I think this one would be just 2 massive tanks. So it would be like you'll go out here into a much larger room here, and then maybe have a hallway go down there or something, and then there'll be a massive tank here, massive tank there or something. Actually, the giant tanks might have to go at the very back of the aquarium, I'm not sure. But that would be like the Megalodon and the Mosasaur, of which we're probably only going to have 1 of each, because those things are so massive. I don't really want to have to build an even bigger aquarium to make it look realistic, because basically, what is it? For every Mosasaur I put in, I basically need to like add 50% more space to make it look good. That's at least how I usually do it with these aquariums. If I'm going to put 1 in, figure out how much space to make it look good, add 50% more space, 2 can fit in there, and it'll look all right. So yeah, we're probably not putting very many of either of those in. And then the final area will be actually, I think, the only open air one, and the one I think won't be indoors, and that will be what I'm calling the coastal zone. That'll be most of the other creatures, so Plesiosaur, Ichthyosaur, Leopleurodon, Henotis. I don't know what other ones there are that I'm gonna put in there. Let me quickly check. I'm sure. Also, I still need to do stuff with what is it called? Tinker's Construct. I've had the mod in for like 3 episodes now, in like 2 weeks. Let me see. Is there anything else I need to put in that area? Ichthyosaur, Henotis, Plesiosaur, Leopleurodon. I think that's all. So that'll be like the larger section because it'll actually have 4 creatures, but it's also the one I'm thinking will be somewhat open air as well. So we'll have, or at least it'll have an open air section, maybe for the Plesiosaurs and the Ichthyosaurs and no, actually I think the Leopleurodon's the only one that wouldn't be open air. But you guys basically get the idea. So it'll have this massive round structure, and that'll be like, this whole thing will be the main thing most people would see if they were to, say, visit the aquarium. I want all the main halls, though, to be pretty much covered by foliage or somewhat dug into the ground to some degree for one reason and one reason only, and that is I don't have to decorate them or make them look super nice from the outside. I can just kind of have them there. Anyway, I think we're getting today's episode off here. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing a project like this happen. We're on episode like 21-ish, right? Let's see, like we're on episode 21. We're not even done with the central section of the park yet. Let's say we finish that by episode 30. Episode 30, we get done with the center of the park. Then we move on to the river delta area, which is like 8 creatures, which will probably take me another 20 to 30 episodes. So episode 60, let's say, we're done with the delta. And then from there, the aquarium, which just knowing how much stuff this is going to be to build and how long it's going to take to get resources for this, like this will easily be 10-ish episodes at least. I want to say 20, but who knows how long. And I don't think we're going to do it all at once. It'll probably be like, I'll do the grand hall, we'll put all that together, that'll be that. And so on and so forth. We'll see what happens when I actually get down to building this, but it's like episode 20. We probably won't build this till something like episode 60, or I don't even know. We'll see. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you guys are looking forward to seeing what's coming up in the next few episodes. And yeah, until next time, guys, see ya.